evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Wednesday, August 17, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines tonight, Guyana lauded at launch of EU-Guyana chambers as country that punches above its weight. Top cop says cop's allegations wholly unsubstantiated. President Ali says will make decision on witness protection for BASCOM in due course. Workers protest GRDB'S BURMA research station over deduction of union dues. GFS gets 3 new water bowsers to boost firefighting capacity, and DIGICEL commits to connecting 96% of population with LTE service by year-end. Now for the news in detail. The European Union Guyana Chamber of Commerce was launched on Wednesday, bringing with it expectations of increased trade between Guyana and Europe and more ease of travel after concern was expressed that visas for Guyanese to travel to the EU still have to be processed in Suriname. Gerald Bryan has the details in this report.
The body was launched at the home of the outgoing EU High Commissioner to Guyana, Fernando Ponce Canto. During the launching, much was said about trade between Guyana and Europe, with the CEO of Euro Chambers, Ben Butters, describing Guyana as a country that punches above its weight.
It's important for us that European businesses have a platform whereby they can contribute to the commercial relations between the EU and other countries around the world, other important economies, and I would include Guyana among those economies. It's certainly not the largest country in the world, but it really punches 100 trading partners for the EU, which really shows that, that for a country of less than 1 million citizens, it's commercially and economically very dynamic. And again, this comes out of this highlight some of the ongoing initiatives that are in place to try and continue that process and to make the Guyanese economy even more effective and successful.
There are issues, however, with ease of travel, which were highlighted when the Chamber's Steering Committee facilitator Maniram Prashad took the podium. He pointed out that Guyanese businessmen wanting to travel to the EU still have to process their travel documents in Suriname. President Dr. Irfaan Ali responded to the calls of the Guyanese business community and urged the EU to accelerate the setting up of an office in Guyana to process visas to the EU.
The request that Maniram made is an important request, and it's not a luxury for the EU anymore to take their time and grant us that facility. I think that the EU must understand that it is in their strategic interest to have that facility here in Guyana within the next 3 months. And we have to find where we can get it done within the next 3 months. Which embassy is in a position to get it done in the next 3 months? What you want us to do to help you to get it done in the next 3 months, and get it done. We can't have our business people and our people going to Suriname to spend 3 days and then get a travel document to come back. No, it's nonsense, absolutely ridiculous. And in this modern world in which Guyana is strategically positioned, you have all the sophisticated investors coming into Guyana to invest. We can't continue like this.
Meanwhile, High Commissioner Canto acknowledged that the request is a reasonable one and is, in fact, being addressed by the EU.
I completely agree personally that we should move to facilitate visas for the Guyanese. In fact, we have already been working on that even before His Excellency mentioned it today, rightly so. We were trying to contemplate possibilities which could range from perhaps, and this is very hypothetical, I cannot commit myself, but perhaps bringing some officials from time to time here so that people didn't have to travel all the way to Paramaribo to get the visas, or finding some kind of agreement. The problem, and I need to be very clear on that, is that visa, the Schengen visa is not under our responsibilities. It is a responsibility of the member states of the European Union, not of the institutions of the European Union that we represent. So we could not, even if we wanted to give the visas ourselves, but we can help, and we are trying to help to facilitate the process.
Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandlal has expressed concern over the pace of trial adopted by the magistrates' courts in Georgetown in dealing with the dozens of electoral fraud charges that were filed against several former Guyana Elections Commission officials and political activists over their involvement in attempts to sway the results of the March 2020 general and regional elections. Vanu Manichand has the details in this report.
I have expressed my concern about the pace at which these cases are being dealt with in the magistrate court, or the lack of pace.
That was AG Nandlal during the recent edition of his weekly program Issues in the News. Stemming from the March 2020 general and regional elections, some 32 electoral fraud cases have been filed in the Georgetown Magistrates Courts against several political activists and GCOM officials, including former Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowingfield, his then Deputy Roxanne Myers, and former embattled Region 4 Returning Officer Claremont Mingo. Most of these charges were filed in late 2020 and early 2021. According to Nandlal, he did not raise his concerns in the past because he wanted to allow the system to work. But nearly 2 years later, those matters are still languishing in the court system.
I have had conversations with the DPP, and the report is that magistrates within the system are not proceeding with the matter with the seriousness and the expediency with which they should, having regard to the importance of the matter and having regard to the length of time that the matters are pending before them. Magistrates have made applications to recuse themselves, and some are simply not determining whether the cases should be tried summarily, meaning in a magistrate's court, or should be taken indictably before a judge or a jury. One magistrate has made a decision that the matter be taken indictably, and that particular matter is being appealed. But there's only one charge out of 32.
To this end, the Attorney General disclosed that he has requested the Director of Public Prosecutions, whose office is prosecuting these matters, to push for the cases to be treated with the type of seriousness warranted. In the same breath, however, Nandlal clarified that by doing this, he is in no way stepping over any boundaries.
And I hope that what I say here is not twisted or misinterpreted to mean that I am being unduly critical to any magistrate, or that I am ascribing improper motive to any magistrate, or that I am bringing the administration of justice into disrepute, or that I am trying to, in any form or fashion, influence the outcome of any case, because I am doing no such thing. And I want to make that abundantly clear.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manichand.
For the first time since Police Sergeant Dion BASCOM alleged a cover-up by senior ranks of the Guyana Police Force in the murder of Ricardo Fagundes, called Paper Shorts, Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken has broken his silence and described the allegations as wholly unsubstantiated. Find out more in this report.
In a statement on Tuesday evening, Acting Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken said the force is gravely concerned that the cops' unfounded allegations have publicly involved senior members of the force and others. Last week, Sergeant BASCOM made damning allegations in connection with the gunning down of Ricardo Paper Shorts Fagundes outside a popular Main Street Georgetown night spot more than a year ago. However, these claims were made after BASCOM was busted along with others with cocaine by the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit during an operation last week, something which the police commissioner said has not gone unnoticed. According to the acting top cop, Sergeant BASCOM has refused to submit himself to an investigation by the police and has not provided any evidence to support his allegations. Moreover, Hiking contended that these allegations were made while BASCOM was still serving as an active member of the police force and is therefore a breach of the Code of Conduct. It was against that backdrop that the Office of Professional Responsibility was ordered to conduct an investigation into the matter. That probe has since been completed, and according to Hicken, the findings and recommendations from the investigation have been sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions for legal advice. Only earlier Tuesday, Home Affairs Minister Robeson Ben had expressed his full confidence in the ability of the OPR to conduct a proper investigation. This was after BASCOM, through his lawyer, called for an independent probe, but Minister Ben argued that there are standard procedures in place for such matters to be dealt with. In the meanwhile, Sergeant BASCOM is currently at home on sick leave upon his request and has written President Dr. Irfan Ali for witness protection after reportedly being threatened. Since making his allegations, BASCOM is facing 3 lawsuits running into several millions of dollars from a senior cop, a prominent businessman, and a private security officer.
Meanwhile, professing that he has not yet seen the letter written to him by Police Sergeant Dion BASCOM, President Dr. Irfan Ali has said he has nevertheless been assured that the police are receiving international assistance in investigating this case and that he will make a decision on witness protection in due course. Bisham Mohammed reports.
Police Sergeant Dion BASCOM has alleged that there was a police cover-up in the Ricardo Paper Shorts Fagundes murder investigation. In wake of his allegations, the Office of Professional Responsibility has investigated and submitted a report to the Director of Public Prosecutions. In a letter addressed to the President earlier this week, BASCOM had not only called for witness protection, but an international investigation into the police force. When asked about this today, President Dr. Irfan Ali had this to say.
In this particular case, as you have noticed, I've made it very clear that everything must be done professionally. To be honest, I have not seen the letters yet. I'm not saying the letter was not sent. I've loads of correspondences. I have not seen it as yet. I have not addressed my mind to the letters yet because I have not seen the content of the letter. Definitely, I don't shy away from addressing issues, as you know. The police has been working with international partners on this case also. I mean, I can't get into the details, that's for the police, but I know they have been working and seeking help from national partners for a specific aspect of this case.
On the specific matter of witness protection, President Ali did not rule this out for the officer.
I wouldn't say I'm against it. Because I believe I have to see what is the content of the letter, what is the nature of what is being asked for. But as I said, that this system and this country that I'm governing must provide an even platform for everyone. It must provide a socially just platform for everyone. And in that context, I'll make my decision.
Ricardo Paper Shorts Fagundes was killed execution style in March 2021 outside the popular Main Street Georgetown nightclub. Bisham Mohammed, The Evening News.
Coming up on the other side of the break, New Amsterdam blaze leaves 1 homeless. Workers protest GRDB'S Burma research station over deduction of union dues. Please stay tuned.
Optic offers great patient care that is tailored for my entire family.
At Optic, a wide selection of affordable optical frames and optical services are available to fit your budget.
At Optic, my family is provided with comprehensive eye examination and access to the ophthalmology services, all under one roof.
Optique takes pride in delivering exceptional customer service and a unique experience to you, our customers.
Optique Vision Care is a company that is Guyanese born and grown that will help you take care of your precious eyes.
We asked two families, which antibacterial soap do you buy?
Any. They're all the same.
I always buy Protex.
And why is that?
Because Protex reinvented antibacterial soaps. Its formula is fortified with flaxseed oil to boost your skin's natural antibacterial defenses.
And it keeps on working throughout the day.
Wow. Can I have a Protex?
Naturally.
Protex, for the good health of the skin.
Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
On the job, you know how it goes. 1 minute, everything's going right, and the next, something goes wrong. Don't worry, Premier Insurance will make things right again. For all risks insurance, call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.ui. Fuel your success. Premier insurance coverage for less.
BURMA decor, stock the finest in the country. Both ceramic and porcelain, tiles and chandeliers you'll see while you shop around stress-free. Well-trained staff and warming halls make your shopping smooth and calm, providing you with quality to match your style that's so unique. BURMA decor.
Looking for fresh, tender, and flavorful meat? Then check out Rossignol Butchery for steaks, burgers, sausages, minced meat, fish, and chicken. For a tasty, attractive cocktail, we have a wide variety of packaged deli meats and cheeses to decorate your platter. We also stock a wide assortment of canned goods, seasoning salt, sauces, and marinade, all in a highly hygienic, welcoming atmosphere with warm and welcoming staff to cater to all your needs. Rossignol Butchery, we meet your needs. 73 to 74 Church Street, Georgetown. Telephone number 223-0004.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. A midday fire in New Amsterdam has left one person homeless. Our Burmese correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports that the now homeless man coaches West Indies cricketing all-rounder Kevin Sinclair.
The fire was first spotted emanating from the front part of the two-bedroom building at lot 440 Patrick Dam, Mount Sinai. Carlton Sinclair, 74, lived alone and was not at home at the time. His son Conrad says there were a lot of electrical wires exposed in the building.
I went to the workplace and I get a call that my father place on fire. So I do, I just come and I come. Me know if he left on some electrical thing on, but he wasn't home, right? Like he went out today, he's going some playing cricket, see me see Guyana watch the cricket thing or something. But thank God that he alive. Nothing happened to he wasn't home. But he was to get out anyway, but we're going to do things happening right way that they will gotta bring the new or something.
Residents reported that the fire service responded promptly, but by the time they arrived, the entire building was engulfed. Water was sourced from a nearby canal to extinguish the blaze. According to Sinclair's son, some of the items destroyed in the fire would have been trophies belonging to Kevin Sinclair, who has represented Guyana and the West Indies at both the youth and senior levels. He is also a member of the Amazon Warriors.
The washing machine, gas stove. Yeah, the two big sets he's playing music with the piano and everything. Yeah, of course, microwave, all them things he had upstairs. A lot of trophy for my son, one trophy for my son because he's playing cricket right now. Yeah, but the average, it must be close to $1 million, man. Say it comes from the front, there's where the wire any electric appliance there. So he's getting wire plugging piano and the wire for the set, wire for you watching TV, and he know they run one to the fridge downstairs, because he had a fridge also downstairs. And he said he why himself, you know why he trouble no wire. You know, it's like that. So the fire police said the fire actually started from the front. With the wire them there, the wire they had a wire from the post run straight to the house at the side of the house. This where the outlet went at the side outside, and from the in the house the thing going.
For the evening news, Andrew Carmichael.
DIGICEL Guyana has recently launched its LTE service in Lethem, Region 9, bringing to those residents faster speeds and access to information. Amar Prasad has the details.
Speaking at the recent launch of the LTE service in St. Cuthbert's Mission, Chief Executive Officer of DIGICEL Guyana, Gregory Dean, stated that the company is aiming to bring upgraded LTE services to 96% of the population.
Sites like Lethem, Etteringbang, and even Aishalton have always been significant challenges for us. So I think achieving Lethem has been a significant milestone for us. Our plan for the rest of the year in terms of the mobile service is to upgrade LTE services across more communities, and we want to get to 96% population coverage with LTE by the end of the year.
With this launch, the company is saying it is the network of choice in the Rupununi, having the widest and fastest service. This LTE service upgrade also means more opportunities for economic empowerment for Guyanese due to the direct correlation between access to broadband, internet, and economic growth. To date, DIGICEL has invested $5 billion Guyana dollars in rolling out its LTE services across Guyana. Dean further related that the company is committed to its promise of connecting every Guyanese throughout the country when launched 15 years ago.
The residents of the remote communities, St. Cuthbert's and all the other remote areas we serve can rest assured that DIGICEL will continue to be relentless in our desire to ensure their communities receive access to no lesser service than persons on the coast. We remain engaged with the government and relevant authorities to secure additional spectrum to make this dream a reality. I would once again like to extend our gratitude to the Tushao and the community for partnering with DIGICEL. We are extremely grateful for your support in making this project a reality. And I'd also like to publicly thank the PM and the government for the liberalization of the sector. We are grateful for the resulting opportunities for service expansions and upgrades, which we believe better address the needs of the public.
DIGICEL also noted in its statement that they are focused on delivering the best customer experience by ensuring its networks are superior and ubiquitous, and has seen an emphasis on speed, quality, and coverage. For the evening news, Amar Prasad.
Let's now tell you that the Home Affairs Ministry on Tuesday handed over 3 water bowsers valued at over $46 million to the Guyana Fire Service to bolster its firefighting capacity. Amar Prasad was at the event and filed this report.
The handing over ceremony was held on Tuesday at the Home Affairs Ministry Brick Dam, Georgetown. During the event, Subject Minister Rubson Ben related that the water bowsers, which has a capacity to carry 1,800 gallons of water, will complement to support a fleet of other units in large-scale firefighting. However, he noted that the bowsers, which is equipped with its own pump, can be used by itself to tackle smaller fires as well.
We have taken delivery and handed over to the Guyana Fire Service these 3 water bowsers to support the main assets when there's a fire in bringing water and pressurizing certain areas and systems. The amount of money spent is $46.2 million Guyana dollars. I understand the tankers are 1,800 gallons each. We have independent pumping systems, so they could be used by themselves for handling smaller issues, other than being in a train to support a larger firefighting effort.
This donation will now double the water bowser capacity in the fire service, according to the minister. He further stated that they are concerned about and focused on cases of arson, which has been a common issue recently.
We are concerned recently about the increase in malicious setting of fires that persons, it appears when there's a dispute, there's a malicious setting of fires in, for houses, for cars, for minibuses, for canters. This appears to be a more recent negative result in terms of issues related to fire, beyond the question of electrical fires, which we've been having quite a bit of. So I think those are some of the issues we wanted to bring to your attention just now, but to emphasize that this is a significant improvement, again, that the government of Guyana, through its ministry, is making in respect to being prepared for, to mitigate and to prevent issues relating to fire in the city of Georgetown, particularly and throughout the country.
Meanwhile, Fire Chief Gregory Wickham expressed gratitude to the ministry for the timely donation, which he stated will help tremendously in their effort to respond and tackle fires. He further related that the 3 Bowsers will be deployed to various locations across the country.
We are particularly glad for these new tenders or water Bowsers that are added to the fleet, and certainly they will assist us in having water readily available when we have to do firefighting. As to the distribution of these tenders, one will be going into Bartica, one will be going into Eccles, that particularly to deal with any fire that we have within the oil base area there, and then one will remain in Georgetown to lend support to the firefighting fleet.
Over the years, the Guyana Fire Service has received millions of dollars worth of equipment from the government and international agencies with the aim of building its capacity to respond effectively to fires. For the Evening News, Amar Prasad.
Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony is urging people to register the results of their home COVID-19 tests to the Health Ministry, especially if those tests are positive. Fiona Morrison has the details.
Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony on Wednesday stated that while home test kits are a great screening tool, people should report positive results.
If you want to test at home, that's you can do that, and it would help you to determine whether you're positive or negative. These tests are very simple to use. What we are more concerned about is that if you test positive, then you should give that information to us so that we can have a better picture of how many persons are positive. There are people who have used these tests, tested positive, but have not been reporting it. And if we don't get those reports, then the numbers that we have would be an underestimate of persons who are actually having COVID.
No new COVID-19 related deaths were recorded in the last 24 hours, but there have been 151 new cases according to the Health Minister. The total number of deaths from the pandemic remains at 1,275. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry is currently tracking 480 active cases across the country.
The major areas where we have lots of cases would be in Regions 4, where we have 239 cases, Regions 3 with 75 cases, Regions 6 with 64 cases, and in Region 10 we have about 22.
Due to the extent of their infection, 13 persons are receiving treatment at various hospitals across the country.
We have 13 people still in hospital. 9 persons at the Ocean View Hospital with 2 of them in the ICU. So we have had an increase of 1 person in the ICU at Ocean View. But we continue to track these persons.
He also gave an update on the country's vaccination numbers.
In terms of vaccination or booster doses now, we have administered 71,928 doses. This has been a marginal increase from what we've had yesterday. But again, we keep urging people to get vaccinated. The ages 5 to 11, we've administered 7,487 doses. That's about 7.3% of that age cohort. Second dose is now at 2,661 doses, or 2.6% of that age cohort. In terms of the 12 to 17 age group, we have administered 35,514 doses, or 48.7% of that age cohort. And second dose would be about 26,000 and 17 doses, or 35.7% of the age cohort. Adults, so far, first and second dose. First dose, we have done 445,582 doses, or 86.9% of the adult population. And second dose is now at 345,277 doses, or 67.3% of the population.
Importantly, COVID-19 protective measures include the correct and consistent use of a face mask when leaving your home, maintaining 6 feet physical distance from others, and the need for good hand hygiene.
We are now joined by Andrew Carmichael, who reports that workers attached to the Guyana Rice Development Board's research station at Burma held a picketing exercise on Wednesday over the deduction of union dues that are being paid to a union which is not representing them.
The workers are trying to get management to stop deducting union dues from their wages and salaries. About 2 months ago, about 80 workers signed a petition asking management to stop deducting the dues which were deducted and payable to the Union of Allied and Agricultural Workers. However, management has been doing so. This morning's picketing exercise, the workers said they were trying to let management know that they do not want those dues deducted.
Sign a letter and send it to management stating that we don't want any deduction of union dues from our wages, and which that still management has denied us and still has been continue taking out our wages, taking out dues from our wages, which we do not want UAAW to represent us.
The petition, which was signed by scores of workers, was sent to the administrative manager of the organization and also the general manager. According to Mingo, while the majority of workers have indicated that they are not in favor of the Union of Allied and Agricultural Workers, a handful of them are still in favor of representation from that union.
We don't know what is the agreement with management and UAAW, because things happening and we can't see what's really going on. But our dues are still being deducted, and that is what we do not want.
Do you have any union representing you all right now?
Currently now they have a union, but the union is not representing us. The union got about 16 persons who they representing at this present moment.
On the other hand, Patrice Downer, who has been working with the organization for the past 10 years, is 5 months pregnant. She says because she was asked for lighter forms of work, she is being victimized. According to the laborer, who is a mother of 5, as a result of her request, she was instructed to hoe beds.
I used to work in the fields before the pregnancy get older. Now the pregnancy is much older. Asked for inside work. They give me a whole run around. They say they ain't get no inside work, and the field work you apply to do this, we're supposed to do despite the fact that you're pregnant. This is the work you're supposed to do because this is the work you apply to do. And then I had to go to the manager, and then they say if you could owe. So I said I'll try it. I was owing the plat. Stand up on the dam and owe the plat. So that when I go, if you see this dam that they give me to owe.
Like when the machine slash a work, I raking up in the sun and I trouble with high pressure. Plus they say I get an enlarged heart. The heart starts well chewing the fatigue and the pressure getting sharp blowing and so on. And I talk to them towards the work that I'm doing in the field, in the yard, and nobody do nothing about it. Can't work it since 2005.
Nikita Williams, who has also been working for 7 years, contracted COVID and has lost her permanent status and benefits.
Then I was moved from my department to another department, which I didn't able with the work. I asked to go back to the department that I was all the years before, and they turned me down. I had to leave and I went home after the sickness and come back to work. I go to the next department. which I am not permanent anymore.
For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
We will now take a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbor Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Thursday, August 18 at 22 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Thursday, August 18 at 8 hours 40 for a period of 1.5 hours.
GBA names team for Caribbean Junior Tournament, and Guyana 3-on-3 basketball team places 9th at Islamic Solidarity Games. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Try our virtual sports and win big with so much matches to choose from. Betting starts at $100. Play for your chance to win. Log on to www.superbet.gy or visit any one of our agents to place your bets. Terms and conditions apply. Have fun and play responsibly. Must be 18 and over to play.
Mobile lubricants is more than just oil. It's many oils. The blends of oil give you higher mileage. Choose from your advanced synthetic blend or conventional. It is the best oil for your engine.
Mobile lubricant is the best oil for newer engineering of engines. Newer engines are much more close tolerance. Thus, this oil has a variety of grades and build-up properties to suit these engineering. Mobile lubricant keeps the engine oil seals in a uniform order and condition. Mobile lubricants withstands longer drain intervals. Why is this? Mobile lubricant has a very high detergent in its oil, and once fully synthetic oil is used, we can achieve this.
So, whatever is your engine needs, choose Mobile lubricants. Proven performance for your engine.
It happens. Your septic tank is full. All the waste from your toilet goes into your septic tank through the sewage line. When your tank is full, the two most common indicators are an overflowing tank and an overflowing toilet. It is recommended that Sevon's Waste Management empty your septic tank every 2 to 3 years to avoid any embarrassment. And before you can say, shh, it's gone. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1156.
John Lewis Styles proudly introduces Everest Bags, a complete and affordable line especially suited for back to school. Lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, pulley backpacks from $10,995. Also available are messenger bags, computer bags, waist pouches, duffel bags, gym bags, and even camping bags, all for the same price or less than buying online. And it's already here on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Gold mining can be expensive if you don't have the right tools. Mining requires engines that can pump high volumes of water and slurry, the most tried and tested of which are Deutz engines. Deutz engines are among the most reliable in the world. Where can you get them? At your #1 industrial solutions provider, Sylvies. We have them in 2 to 6 cylinders, ranging from 23 horsepower to 80 horsepower. Most miners use Deutz engines because they're lightweight, use less fuel, and require less maintenance because they are air-cooled. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.